Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've had, well, this particular type I've never had, but I don't think I've had any of these in at least a decade or more. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, though? Happens to be my 7 Dust shirt. Yeah! I got this off of their Machine Killer tour that they did with Static X. They co-headlined. If you're unfamiliar with the band 7 Dust, they've been doing it for a long time. Like, I think since at least the early 90s or so. And to their immense credit, too, like, they mostly kept the same lineup. And I really didn't get huge into their stuff up until probably like into my like early 30s or so. That's when I started kind of getting into more of the new metal bands and stuff like from that era that I hadn't gotten into when I was in high school. That's when I started kind of expanding. I've been fortunate enough, I've seen them a couple times live now. I actually do have videos of one of those performances. Those videos are on my channel in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're a super badass band. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, like I said, I've definitely never had this particular variety. But I can also say with almost 100% certainty, I haven't had one of these in any capacity 10, 15 years, something like that. Because, folks, it happens to be, boom, moon pies. But not just any moon pies. These are their once-in-a-blue-moon blueberry moon pies. Ooh. Let's get a thing for the thing here. It looks like that. Very nice branding. So, yeah, man. I've definitely had moon pies. The last time I can recall having a moon pie, though, was when I was working my gas station job in my 20s. Because we would carry them sometimes. So, it's been a while. I didn't know they had blueberry ones. Like, I don't know if that's a newer thing or how that works, but I went out to a Walgreens not too long ago, and there they were, and I was like, So, let's try out a moon pie. And I guess they have, like, some new flavors, too. Like, I saw an article about it, but I personally haven't been able to find them, so. But, open. I think I did this wrong. That's alright. There we go. Alright. We got our little moon pies. I will say, they do seem smaller than I last remember them. And I don't think I was that much smaller. If anything, I was probably a little bit bigger back in my 20s. Depending on what point in my 20s. I definitely had a extra hefty period there for a little while. Alright. Moon pie! Let's give it a go. Okay. It's a lot drier than I thought it would be. It tastes good. Okay. Okay. Alright, well, okay. Well, it's like I said, it's very dry. Like, there's no moisture inside, you know? Like, it's just, you think like a Hostess or Little Debbie or something. Typically, there's still some relative moisture, to kind of help you, sort of get it down your gullet. With this, there's really not. Like, it's a very dry thing. And it's really only when your saliva starts kicking in and starts kind of turning a little bit more mushy that it becomes, like, more easily palatable. Flavor-wise, though, it's not bad. It just takes so long. I mean, it has a general sort of snack cake kind of flavor. I wouldn't really say it particularly stands out from anything, again, like Hostess or Little Debbie in that regard. Again, with the exception of the dryness of the texture. The blueberry flavor is nice, though. When it finally does kick in, it's actually pretty tasty. Because it takes a little bit. It starts off very, very slow. And then, like I said, once it becomes sort of a paste in your mouth, that's when you get more of the blueberry. But even at its peak, like, it's not... I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping for better for moon pies. Like, I'm not disliking this, but, like, in my head, again, like 10, 15 years have passed since the last time I had a moon pie. So I was kind of like, oh, no, this will be a nice, like, proper treat for myself. I don't know. It's okay. The blueberry flavor isn't, like, very vibrant. It's definitely there, but, like, it's not, I don't know. It's not as substantial as I was hoping for. I'll give it a little bit of credit in that, like, there is at least a certain amount of dimension to the blueberry flavor, because it starts off very sort of minimal. And blueberries, they have a nice kind of, a little bit of a tangy bite to them. This does not have a tangy bite to it, but it does have sort of like a gradual sort of growth to the blueberry flavor, and then it kind of tapers off a little bit, and it kind of takes on a little bit of a different blueberry flavor, sort of like at the end of the experience. So there is that for it. It's not like just completely a one-note flavor. And then the moon pies themselves, I don't know. They're just sort of cakey snack pies. Like, they're not bad, but I mean, I've obviously compared them to Hostess and Little Debbie up until now. Fact of the matter is that, yeah, no, I wouldn't put these up against Hostess and Little Debbie, honestly. But, two questions have to be asked. Would I get these again? Would I recommend them? Maybe on occasion and kinda? And here's the thing. I know that, like, moon pies are, like, an institution for some people. I think, like, they're big, particularly down in the south of the United States. I'm not trying to rag on them or anything. I was hoping for more. I really was like, okay, these will be really cool, And they're okay. They're not bad, but, like, honestly, if I'd gotten these at, like, a dollar store or something, I wouldn't, that would have fit more in line with, kind of what I ultimately got from them. Because they just don't taste as good as, like, Hostess or Little Debbie or anything like that. They're very dry. The flavors are okay, but, like, they're nothing, nothing to really write home about. They're just very okay at best. And then, like, I would have been more willing to give it a, kind of an added pass if it weren't for the fact that, like I said, they're just so dry inside. Like, that's just very off-putting. So for me personally, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't hate them, so it's like, maybe I'd go over there and grab a box. Like, they weren't very expensive, so maybe every once in a great while. Once in a blue moon, perhaps. If I'm recommending them, I mean, look, if you're already a fan of moon pies, I'm not trying to go over there and sway you against them. Good on you. But if you're like me, where your experience with moon pies is pretty limited, I don't know that you need to really get in on this. Again, like, they don't cost that much, so, if you want to go over there and give them a shot, though, they're not horrible or anything, but honestly, I think you probably prefer something along the lines of, again, Hostess or Little Debbie, but maybe not. Again, I'm certain that there's people out there who really enjoy these, and, you could be one of those people. If nothing else, they're not bad. They're just, for me, very underwhelming. But 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly once-in-a-blue-moon-tastic rest of your life, I guess. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your take on moon pies? Like, are you for them? Are you against them? Like I said, I think they're a big deal down in, the southern United States. And I'm not trying to go over there and cause any controversy or anything like that. And, just certain things translate better, one way or the other. And then on top of that, I'm just this guy. So, but I don't know. For me, a little bit disappointing. But let me know your opinion.